What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Fan Friday, and today's winner was Glalie, Seismitoad, Octillery with 4 Judge, and that winner was Mark Manning. So shout out to Mark for giving that suggestion. He did win Fan Friday, and if you don't know, Fan Friday is where I put a poll on the Team Fish Knuckles Facebook page saying vote for your favorite deck or leave your favorite deck, and the deck with the most likes will win. And this is the deck that did win, and let's go over it and we'll see why he chose this deck. Now your main attacker is going to be Glalie EX. The first deck is Ice Breath. Flip a coin of heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, which, turn 1, you really can't do any damage, but if you can flip that heads on Ice Breath and they don't have any switching cards, or have a Zoroark in play, or anything like an AZ or any of those cards, they have to pass. And that's good for you. I mean, you do need 2 turns before you can even attack with Glalie, because Instant Freeze, which is your main attack, needs 3 energies, and the attack does 50 damage base. But if you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 100 more damage. For 3 energies, you're doing 150. And don't worry, we will have ways to manipulate this damage. Alrighty, so we have he actually suggested an Octillery and a Seismitoad. This was his ideas. So we have Octillery, which has the ability Abyssal Hand. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw cards if you have 5 cards in your hand. Now this could help out, with Glalie. Remember, Glalie needs to match hand sizes, and maybe Octillery could help you hit that crucial 5 if you need to, and that's why Octillery is in the deck. And you do have Seismitoad EX as well. Now remember, I said that Glalie cannot attack on the first turn. You can use Ice Breath, but if you get that DC on Toad turn 1, you can Quake a Punch, doing 30 damage, making it where your opponent can't play an item cards from his or her hand. And then maybe, starts doing 30 everywhere. Then you can start cleaning up with Ice for Instant Freeze, doing 150, which, 150 plus the 30 is 180, which is a knockout, which is pretty cool. And also, we play 2 Shaman EXs to help set up to draw 6 cards into your hand. That could be another way to manipulate your hand size. And that's all the Pokemon right here. And I like it a lot. It is a cool little lineup of cards. Glalie, Octillery for support, Toad for quick early game, and Shaman to help set up. Now, the deck does play 1 Battle Compressor, discard 3 cards from your deck, shuffle your deck afterwards. Now, this is going to be discard your supporter cards, the Cinder Lady, the Birch, the Lysander, the Judge, the Battle Reporter. I keep calling it TV Reporter, but it's a Battle Reporter. Sorry when I say that in the video. The deck plays 3 Dive Balls, search your deck for a water Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Now, you do play 1, 2, 3, 4 different water Pokemon, so Dive Ball is actually really helpful. It's 9 Pokemon in total that are water. 1 Super Rod, shuffle 3 combination of Pokemon and energies back from your discard pile into your deck. Now this could help you easily manipulate hand sizes. Same with a Dive Ball, because you gotta remember, the whole deck is about manipulating hand sizes to make it the same as your opponent. Dive Ball, you don't have to discard any cards, while Ultra Ball, you do have to discard cards. And Super Rod, you can play it to instantly go down 1 card to put cards into your deck. The deck also plays 4 Trainer's Mail. Look at top 4 cards of your deck, find a trainer card, put it into your hand. Now, this is a really cool card, because if you need to go down a card, you can just play the Trainer's Mail and not get anything if you don't want to, and that way you do manipulate the hand size, or have the same hand size as your opponent. 3 Ultra Ball, search for any Pokemon in your deck. 4 VS Secret to reuse any supporter cards. 3 Battle Reporter, you draw cards, you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent. Just a little cool card. Let's say you have 2 cards in your hand, your opponent has like 9, you don't have access to Judge or VS Seeker, you could use Battle Reporter, draw it up to 9, take a knockout on the EX, going up to 11, draw for your turn, and then you'll have 12 cards in your hand. And that might seem like a lot, but you could play your hand out fairly quickly to match hand sizes. 4 Judge, each player shuffles their hand into a deck and draw 4 cards. This is your main kind of source of matching hand sizes, because it does make both players go to 4, which activates Glalie EX. 1 Lysander, bring a Pokemon off the bench. 1 Pokemon Cinder Lady, I thought it'd be cute to put her in here just to heal 60 damage and remove all special conditions from one of your Pokemon. You could play it as a one-up, not a one-up, but you need to burn a card down, and you don't want to play a Lysander. Let's say you have to play a card, like you have to play VS Seeker to put your hand down to 1. Well, you don't want to play a Lysander, because then you bring up Pokemon. You don't want to play a Judge, because you already manipulate the hand size, so why not use the Cinder Lady to heal 20 more damage? Now, heal the 60 damage, which could be really cute, but If you can't heal 60 damage, then it doesn't really work. You might want to cut this for a Giovanni scheme just to do plus 20 more damage, and that could actually help you because Glalie can then start hitting 180 for a knockout on those EX Pokemon. So it's up to you, Pokemon Center Lady or Giovanni scheme. If I were to play this again, I would definitely put the Giovanni scheme. 1 Professor Birch, just in case, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit sometimes. 4 Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. 3 Rough Seas, heal 30 damage from each of your water and lightning Pokemon. And all your Pokemon are water, so that's pretty cool. 2 Floatstone to give your Octilleries and or Shamans free retreat. 3 Muscle Bands, and this one makes Glalie kind of shine. Instant Freeze, like I said, does 150, but with the Muscle Band you do 170, which is really neat, and you can knock out EX Pokemon. And if you do play that Giovanni scheme, like I said, you can do 190. You play 4 DCE because Glalie needs a water and a DCE, and Toad needs a DC as well, and 8 water. That might be a little bit high. I don't know. It's just something I'm working out on. It's definitely not the perfect list, but it is a lot of fun. I did have a lot of fun testing the deck out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Once again, shout out to Mark for the deck suggestion, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, everybody gets Mega Wobbuffet. Hopefully this is not a Wobbuffet deck. It does make things interesting, but it is doable. We won the coin flip. There we go. This makes it where we can use our artillery. So yes, we like to go first and on our turn. Let's see what happens. We get a Toad, we get a DCE. We can get out a Shebe if we want to. But the big question is, they are playing a Psychic Peddlers, which makes me think they are playing the Wobbuffet deck. And let's see what they are. And there's a Mewtwo and a Zubat, so this is not a Wobbuffet deck. But we'll Ultra Ball, discarding a Judge and a Water Energy, and with this, we'll get out a Remoraid. Seems like a good turn 1 card. So grab the Remoraid, press done. Put a Remoraid down, put a Psychic Energy on the active, and we'll Verse Seeker for the Judge, putting our opponent down to 4 cards. Maybe we can disrupt them a little bit. They only have 5 cards in their hand, but maybe this Judge hopefully we'll disrupt them, and we need a supporter card regardless. And alrighty, we can pass, basically. I don't want to put the Floatstone down. We'll put on the active, just in case the Head Ringer. And we'll end our turn. We'll save the Glalie for later on. We'll keep it a secret. They don't know we're playing right now. But next turn we can start Quaking Punching, which is great. And we got Pokemon Center Lady in our deck. Ready to go to heal us if we need to. And let's see what Mega Wobbuffet has. There's a Parallel City coming down, and it's going to make us where we do 20 less damage from the Quake Punch. There we see a Sycamore. He's discarding his hand, drawing 7 new cards. And I imagine he is looking for a tool to put on this Mewtwo before we Quake Punch, because once we Quake Punch, he can't put down a tool. There we see a Verse Seeker for a Sycamore, or for a Lysander. He can Lysander up to the Remoraid next turn. We see a Psychic Energy going to the active, and we will see a Shatter Shot. It'll do 30 damage, but if we can draw into the Rough Seas, we can heal that 30 damage off. And we can Judge getting rid of that Lysander as well. So that's a cool little trick we can do. So on to our turn. We get a Judge. So put down Glalie. Play a Judge. Put our opponent back down to 4. Us to 4 as well. And we get a Octillery. We get a Dive Ball. Put a Water Energy on this Glalie. We'll play a Dive Ball. And with the Dive Ball, let's see. We'll get another Remoraid. We'll get 2 Octilleries out just to help us manipulate if we need to. Put down the Remoraid, put down the Octillery, and we will Abyssal Hand, draw on 4 cards. And can we get the Rough Seas or not? Let's see. Okay, we'll play Dive Ball, and with the Dive Ball, we will get out another Glalie EX. Putting that guy down, and then we'll Shebe, drawing 3 cards. Can we get the Rough Seas or not? So let's see. And alright, Trainer's Mail, last chance. And we got the Rough Seas. There we go. Alright. And the other Floatstone is in the deck as well. So put down the Rough Seas. And we will use the Rough Seas, healing that 30 damage. And we will Quick Punch for 30. Alrighty. So 30 damage to that Mewtwo. Now next turn, if we get the DCE and we somehow manipulate our hand size to draw as many cards my opponent has, we can use the Instant Freeze for 150 plus the 30, which is 180, which is a knockout, which is a very cool combo you can do right there. They receive Dimension Valley coming down, going to bump the Rough Seas. And what's Mewtwo's? Is this the damage change one? It is the damage change one. They receive a Skarmory coming down. We see a Mega Mewtwo coming down. Alright, on to our turn. We get a Trainer's Mail. What does Skarmory do? Call for family? Yeah. Alright, so let's see here. It has 180 HP. Now, if we did play, what is it? If we played Giovanni Scheme, which we probably should play. We can maybe manipulate hand size to hit this Mewtwo EX for a knockout, or Mega Mewtwo for a knockout. We don't get anything really this turn. Well, turn's not over yet. Put down Rough Seas, play Octillery, or use the Octillery, draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We get another Octillery down. We get a Muscle Band down on this Glalie. The only thing I'm scared of is if my opponent plays a Megaphone to discard all of our tools, then we'll be in bad shape. And okay, so we'll play the trainers, not trainers, all Battle Compressor. And with this, we'll discard Pokemon Center Lady. We'll discard a Birch, and we'll discard a Lysander. Maybe the Battle Porter, but those 3 seems fine. And we will Quicken Punch. Yep, Quicken Punch for 30. And then next turn, if we get the DC and somehow manipulate our hand size, we can knock out this Mewtwo. It does have 150, which is perfect numbers. Maybe I shouldn't even attach these muscle bands. They were seeing a Dimension Valley coming down, bumping the Rough Seas. We see a Wobbuffet coming down, which, like I said, I'm kind of scared of that card. We see Shaman drawn up to 6. And let's see what Mega Wobbuffet has for us. Now, next turn, if we get the DC and we manipulate our hand size to get up to 6 right now, we can, take a knockout for sure. Next turn, I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard Battle Porter and a Shaman. Here we see a Lysander bringing up this Glalie without... Oh, man, that's actually a really good play by my opponent, because we really can't switch this Glalie. And we'll see Psychic Infinity do 70 damage, and on to our turn. All right. And there's the DC that we need as well. So we're going to Ultra Ball, discard Battle Porter and Shaman. And let's see how many water energies are in the deck is my question. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 left in the deck, and we are going to Abyssal Hand number 1, drawn up to 5, and we need a water energy to use the first attack. Okay, that's not that great of a hand. We'll Verse Seeker. It will actually grab the Birch, not Judge, a Birch. There we go. And, you gotta risk it sometimes, and maybe we'll flip heads and be good to go. Let's see what Birch gets us. And Ted's. Alright, come on, water energy. And we got the water energy. There we go. We got a Rough Seas as well. We can heal that 30 damage off the Glalie. And we'll put a water energy on the active. And can we paralyze it? Let's see. Ice Breath. Come on, heads. And there we go. So we paralyzed the Mega Mewtwo. Why? Next turn we can put a DC on it and knock out this Mega Mewtwo if they don't have a switch, which is the big question. Do they have a switch out or not? Or do they have another Lysander? They can use trainer cards now, so they can use First Seekers if they want to. We'll see what our opponent does. It's going to be interesting for sure. The only thing I'm scared of is if he Lysanders like these Octilleries. We need a Floatstone, obviously. We know there's one in the deck, and there we see a Lysander bringing up Octillery, which I said I'm kind of scared of. But maybe we'll be okay. We do have the other Floatstone in our deck and multiple draw cards right now. How many Burst Seekers have we played? We played 1, 2. Alright, on to our turn. We get a Super Rod. We'll play the Rough Seas. Healing the Glalie. We'll play Trainer's Mail. We're looking for a Floatstone, and oh man, that's nothing. Literally nothing. Okay. Press done. Well, Ultra Ball, discard Sycamore and a Sycamore, and let's see what's left in the deck. I know there's a Floatstone in here, and there's a Trainer's Mail. Alright, so the odds are very low, but maybe it will happen. I'll put a DC on this guy, and we will Abyssal Hand number 1, drawn up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. So that 5th card is the Floatstone. We can put it there. We can then retreat to Glalie. We both have 4 cards, and we can use the Instant Freeze, knocking out this Mega Mewtwo. Finally take a knockout, doing 170 damage, and we'll take 2 prize cards. Alright, that's what I like to see. There's a Sycamore and another Glalie. Alrighty, but we do have that Judge in hand, so we can manipulate the hand size, make us both go to 4. And on to our opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. He does promote the Zubat. If he does have a Golbat, he can put it down, put 20 damage onto anybody he wants to. But we do have the Rough Seas, and I think this is our 3rd Rough Seas. There we see an Ultra Ball, discarding a Crobat and a Pokemon Fan Club. And let's see what this Ultra Ball gets him. There's a Golbat, so you can put Golbat 20 to the active, maybe, and then use Wobbuffet if he wants to. Not sure how helpful that's going to be. And let's see, 20 down damage goes on Shaman EX. Okay. We see an Ace Trainer. Okay, so he's going to shuffle us. We're both going to shuffle our hands into the deck. We're going to get 6, or he's going to get 6, and we're going to get 3. Alright, and let's see. If he doesn't play a card down, okay, there we see an Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards, a Psychic and a Wobbuffet. So we can potentially, yeah, right now we can knock out this Golbat because we draw a card, play the Super Rod, go down to 3. There's a Mewtwo. How many Verse Seekers are we down again? Just the 2? Yeah, just the 2. We see a Psychic Energy going to Mewtwo. We see a Shrine of Memories. And we got to play our hand down to 1 card right now. That's a little bit scary, but maybe it'll be doable. Not sure how doable it'll be, but we'll find out. And he's going to actually promote the Mewtwo right now and just use Shadow Shot. He's going to say, you know what? There's no way you're going to knock me out. There's no way you can put your hand down to 1. And we'll see if we can do that or not. We'll play Octillery, Abyssal Hand. We need a Judge. There's a Dive Ball. We can get out nothing. Put a DC on a Glalie. Play the Super Rod. And with this, we'll get back a Water and a Shaman. And we will Abyssal Hand, draw in 3 cards. And let's see what those 3 are. Hopefully we get the Judge or Verse Seeker. No! We whiff it. Oh, man. Alrighty. And now we have a decision to make. We're actually going to... We're going to Instant Freeze. No, let's Instant Freeze still for 70. And that will make it next turn if he does get the Mega Mewtwo. We still can knock him out. If we match hand sizes, which I don't know how likely that's going to be. But maybe it'll work out. There we see a Psychic Energy going to Mewtwo, and we might see a Damage Swap and a Spirit Link. Oh, so his hand's down to 0. Shadow Shot doing 60. It's weird. Oh, he doesn't have a Dimension Value out. Sorry about that. And there's a DCE. Oh, buddy. Alright, so put a Water Energy on this Toad. And we will Ice Breath. Yo, Ice Breath trying to... no Paralyzed. Okay, so he's not paralyzed. But what we can do next turn is we can Grenade Hammer to actually knock out this Mewtwo EX. Then we see a Zubat coming down, so he has 0 cards in his hand. We'll see a Shadow Shot doing 60 damage. And can we top deck a Judge or not? Oh, man. That's all we need. A Shadow Shot for 60. That Mewtwo is... I mean, that Glalie's up to 150. A Crobat or Golbat can knock it out. But there we go. There's a top deck. So we will Verse Seeker. And with the Verse Seeker, we will grab a Judge. Yeah, that's our only outs right now is to grab the Judge. And we'll play the Judge, putting both of us at 4. And we can knock out this Mewtwo. Now, the next question is, can we knock out the Shaman the following turn? I'm not sure. If we could do that, we can win the game. We will Instant Freeze, knocking out this Mewtwo, doing 170 damage. Alrighty, going down to 2 prize cards. And like I said, they can put down a Crobat and or a Golbat to knock us out. They receive a Water and a Verse Seeker, so we have the win next turn. We'll see what happens. Alright, so on my opponent's turn, he gets a card. And, you know, man, we're looking good. We can Grenade Hammer, we can Instant Freeze, we can License up the Shaman. But I really want to knock out Shaman with this Instant Freeze instead of using Grenade Hammer. I mean, we can use Grenade Hammer, but that's not what the point of the deck is. The point of the deck is to use Instant Freeze. So let's see if we can pull that off or not. Let's see what will happen. Big question is, does he have a Crobat or a Golbat to knock out this Glalie? Because it does have 170 HP. So let's see, what will my opponent do is the big question. Does have the Trainer's Mail. So there we see an EXP share going down to the Wobbuffet. Alrighty. We see a Mystery Energy going to the active. We might see a Swooper Cross. He has played his hand down to 3. So this might actually be hard to mimic. But I really want to knock out... And, oh man, down to 2. Alrighty. And like I said, I really just, want to knock out the Shaman with Instant Freeze. We can knock it out next turn. We can retreat, send up Toad. I think it's a 3 retreat cost. Yeah, we can retreat, send up Toad, Grenade Hammer, knocking out the Shaman. And let's see. There's a Verse Seeker, and let's see what opponent gets. Maybe an Ace Trainer. Maybe an Ace Trainer. Going to put us down to 3, and he will get 6 cards. That might actually be a really good card to get. And if that happens, we'll be golden because, oh no, it's Sycamore. Well, Sycamore is not bad either because I think we have an opportunity to manipulate these 7, 8, 9 cards. Maybe. We'll have to see. Because right now they have 7. They get down to Golbat. They go down to, there's a letter, so they even put more cards in their hand. So Psychic Energy goes into their hand. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 6. Well, top deck 1, go to 7. There's an Ultra Ball, so he will discard 2 cards. So he's down to 4. And then he'll get the Golbat or the Crobats, and let's see which one he gets. Like I said, he could get a Crobat or a Golbat, and then knock out the active. We'll promote the Seismitoad, And he'll take 2 prize cards going up to 6. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can Lysander or bring up Shaman to knock it out if he goes for this Crobat play. I think that's right. Don't hold me to it. We'll see. We'll find out here in a second. I don't know. Yep, there's a Golbat. So the 20 damage will for sure come down onto this Glalie, knocking us out. And we'll promote the Toad. That's probably our best option, I would imagine. So we could send him Glalie, but I don't know. I don't want anything weird to happen. So we'll send him Toad. They have 3, 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we'll top deck a card, go into 7. We can then Verse Seeker for Lysander, bring him Shaman, and instant freeze for the knockout, unless my opponent can play something else to manipulate their hand. And we're just Super Rod. They go down to 5, but we can attach a water. We can put down a Glalie. We have 2 ways to put down -2 cards, and 3 with the Verse Seeker for a Lysander. So fingers crossed, nothing else really happens. If he puts down like 3 tools, we'll be in trouble. I don't know how he can get down to 2. Unless we top deck a Trainer's Mail, then we can go down to 2. That way, they receive, Psychic, and something else being shuffled into the deck. And they receive Crobat coming down, put a 30, and let's see where this 30 damage goes. Maybe onto Shaman, bringing the Shaman up to 50. And then Skill Dive it for another 50, bring it up to 80, or for another 30, bring it up to 80. And then you can Crobat again for 110, knocking out Shaman. That might seem like a good play. I don't know. We see the Skill Dive going to the active, or not the Skill Dive, the Surprise Bite. There we go. Gotta get the names right. And there's a Swoop Across. He actually uses the Golbat's attack. That's pretty funny. And on to our turn, we get down to 4. So we'll Verse Seeker for a Lysander. Like I said, we can Grenade Hammer, but I don't want to do that. We'll Lysander up Shaman. He has 4 cards in hand. We have put down the Glalie, and they receive Victor Screen. No! He didn't let us finish it, but we can put down the Glalie. We can put down the Water Energy. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'd have the Shaman, Seismitoad, TV Porter, and the Judge have 4 cards. Mimic the hand size, and Glalie would have taken a knockout. And there you go. There is Glalie EX Seismitoad Octillery. There you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can kind of see how this deck is kind of powerful if you can mimic hand sizes. It probably struggles against decks that are fairly quickly. Now, I was playing against an Yveltal EX deck, and we were winning, and our opponent conceded the game halfway through the game. And I know it seems weird. We had, once we knocked out the Yveltal EX, he really didn't have a way to knock us out because we were limiting our bench sizes, and so Zora couldn't knock us out. Glade could have knocked us out, but he never got a Glade in play. But he scooped the game by turn 4 or 5, and that's always uneventful to show. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the suggestion once again. I really do like this deck a lot. It's cool to try to mimic hand sizes, and I do like that concept. But I hope you have a great Friday. Alrighty, bye.